Is about ready to pour that chicken fried steak and jalapeno gravy, Nanny's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad onto the plate while I do a quick bit of ag weather, and we'll use the San Antonio region for our benchmark. Increasing clouds today, we'll call it. 67 the high, 58 the low, a 50% chance of moisture, 2 or 3 points. Now, we have an 80% chance, according to this weather forecast on Wednesday the 6th, a thunderstorm, 69 and 41, maybe another 10 or 12 points. Sunny on Thursday and Friday, 68 the high, 37 the low. Friday, 61 the high, 37 the low. And then Saturday and Sunday, a fairly decent chance of moisture. This weather forecast says 60% both days. And between the 2 days, maybe a quarter of an inch each day. So, neighbor, there is your ag weather forecast and another chance of rain to look forward to. McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family-owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. With their own cattle ranches in West Texas, they understand the rural ag economy. Farm and ranch equipment from working chutes and sorting pens to cattle panels and gates, T-post fencing and barbed wire. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. Neighbors, now let's take a look at those commodities as close to this time frame as what we can get them with our 14 affiliate stations. March corn, $4.95 even money, up 11 1/4. March beans, $13.71 even money, it's up 58. Soybean meal, the March contract, $435.80 by the ton, up 11.80. March Kansas City hard red winter wheat up 14 at 613 and a half by the bushel. March number 2 cotton up 88 at 79.85. February live cattle up 152 at 113.82. March feeder cattle up 42 and a half at 136.45. February lean hogs down 22 at 71 even money. March U.S. dollar index down 235 points at 89.61. February gold up $1.40 at $1,948 even money by the ounce. And February West Texas intermediate crude is up 234 at 49.96. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest. McCoys.com. McCoys wants to be your source for farm and ranch equipment and supplies specifically suited to your operation. Are you designing a horse farm or a new cattle handling facility? How about your 4-H or FFA project pens? McCoy's Farm and Ranch Specialist, Cliff Mullinex, can help. Contact your local McCoy's store at McCoys.com and find out how to get Cliff out to the farm today. That's www.McCoys.com. Neighbor, with preferred cattle chutes, hay rings, corral panels, and more, McCoy's is ready to become your farm and ranch outfitter. Visit the McCoy stores in this region. I know they've got them in San Angelo. I know they've got them in Abilene. Stores near you. Find the products you need at McCoys.com. Neighbor, there's cattle in the alleyway at Abilene Livestock. You still have time to get down there if you're in the region to get them bought. We spoke with Henry Pickett earlier this morning. Henry, how was the sale looking?
Oh, pretty good considering all the moisture and stuff we had prior to this first sale of the year. We've got about 500 cattle on the yard last night, 175 cows. We've got a couple of consignments of wean cattle. We've got 40 or 50 head of mixed steers and heifers weighing from 450 to 7. They've been turned out on some short wheat for quite a while. They've had all their shots. We've got another set of 50 steers weighing in their 6s, and they've been weaned and turned out for a while. And we've got couple other deals, if they can get them out, are coming in today also.
Well, good deal. Now, how have the other sales progressed this week that you're involved with?
Oh, we had quite a few cattle yesterday, but packer cows and bulls were up 2 to 3, and heavier cattle 5 and up were down 2 to 3, and light calves were down 2 to 3. I think it's due to the board being down the limit, right, or close to the limit yesterday.
Right. Well, tell everybody how to contact you for the sale today in Abilene.
You can contact us at the cell at 325-673-7865, or my cell number is 940-733-8208.
Thank you, Henry. Now let's go to the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network for this edition of Focus on Ag.
Looking back at the 2020 corn crop, I'm Kerry Martin with Focus on Agriculture on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. The 2020 crop year held a lot of surprises for Texas corn farmers. The corn market wrapped up 2020 with a bang, with prices at 6-year highs. But those higher prices came late in the year, and in some cases, too late for farmers who had already priced their 2020 crop. And of course, there was the drought. But it didn't necessarily spell doom for everyone. Wes Beal with Equity Exchange in Perryton says yields in his corner of the Panhandle did come in a little lower than expected.
15%, maybe 18% across the territory decline from what we were expecting. If you're expecting 230, we saw somewhere in the 205 to 210 range. So not a disaster by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly not what we're expecting from a yield standpoint. And not every field was that way. There were some very, very high-yielding corn, but there's also some 150s and 160s. It was kind of disappointing.
Beal says the late-year rise in corn prices may have also helped some farmers who sell corn silage to dairies and feedlots.
When it comes to growing cotton, I'm looking for results. That's why I choose the Roundup Ready Extend crop system. The powerful combination of Bullguard 3 Extend Flex cotton and Extendamax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology means I'm getting built-in pest protection and an increased spectrum of control of insects like bollworms and tobacco budworm on top of effective weed control. That adds up to stronger yield potential. In fact, Bullguard 3 Extend Flex cotton showed an 87 pound per acre advantage on average versus top planted phytogen varieties. It's no wonder the Roundup Ready Extend crop system is the #1 choice for so many of us. For me, the choice is easy. I choose results. I choose the Roundup Ready Extend crop system.
Yield claims are based on 2017 to 2019 Bayer trials. Extendamax is a restricted use pesticide. Check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Cotton exports were a bright spot in 2020, and that has helped boost cotton prices to near 80 cents. Texas A&M cotton marketing specialist John Robinson says we can thank China for that.
Really, since last spring, there has been some massive buying on the part of China, but it's not Chinese textile mills, not until recently. It's been the Chinese government has been taking the opportunity of lower prices to replenish their inventory in their government strategic reserve.
Robinson says he does not expect prices to stay in the high 70s for long, thinking the low 70s are more likely. I'm Kerry Martin on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
We're on the line with Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers. Riley, how was our Monday sale?
Well, it went pretty good, Larry. We had light volume like we were talking about, kind of still a holiday weekend, and everybody kind of getting back in the swing of things, but ended up with 441 head today. But I was pleased with the market. Had a really hard day on the futures and didn't know what that was going to bring, but I thought the calves sold pretty much steady with the end of the year. Cow market was a little bit better, so had some positive things happen. Had a handful of pairs, brought from 8 1/4 up to 1,200. Some bred cows from 625 up to 1075. The packer cows high yielding 48 to 54. Breakers 46 to 52, and your canners 24 to 44. Packer bulls 74 to 78 on your high yielding bulls. Didn't have any really good bulls today, but the better ones brought that. Low to medium 62 to 74. 2 to 3 weight choice steers 154 to 178. Heifer mates 132 to 148. 3 to 4 weight choice steers 152 to 170. Heifer mates 124 to 140. 4 to 5 weight choice steers 134 162. Heifer mates 118 to 132. 5 to 6 weight choice steers 128 to 152. Heifer mates 112 to 124. And the 6 to 7 weight choice steers 116 to 128. Heifer mates 106 to 118. 7 to 8 weight cattle, your choice steers 108 to 124, and heifer mates $1 to $1.12. So I was pleased with it. Like I said, light volume, but kind of got a good little test, and there was still a couple people missing as far as the buyers go,
Right.
But they'll be in next week, or everybody will kind of start getting into the swing of things as the week progresses. So looking forward to a better sale next week, or at least more volume.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Riley.
361-813-6650 is the cell. 361-786-2553 is the office. Webpage, liveoaklivestock.com.
I'm on the line with Julie from D&D. Julie, what do you want to tell us about today?
Well, I was going to let you know that we got all the cattle cubes you could possibly need, 12, 20, and 38% protein cubes for your cattle. We also got the Crete, Precon, and several other fantastic feeds for all the cattle needs.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
If you call me at 830-379-7340, I'd gladly pick up, or you can even come and see me in the store. I'd be glad to talk to you for a few minutes.
We're on the line with Mike Heller from Hallettsville Livestock. Mike, what are we anticipating for this week's sale in Hallettsville?
Well, Larry, we're looking to about 11 or 1,200 head. A little lighter than we close the end of the year out, but it's the first sale of the year, and a lot of people are hesitant. Most time we have our bigger sale the second week. But 11 or 1,200 head tomorrow.
Can you talk to us about any of the groups that you got coming?
Mainly just local calves. Got a few cows, not much in the way of stocker cows, mostly packer cows. Don't really have many palpate cows, or mostly just a good general run of local raised calves.
All right. How are your buyers reacting? Are they going to set their hands, or are they going to be buying cattle?
We're going to find out tomorrow. But I think everybody will start off with a little better attitude. I think everybody's ready to get 2020 behind them and go forward. At least we're getting a little moisture around. And that could help on the buying end also, and it sure helped us on the selling end. We needed moisture back this way, and we got a little bit. Got to start anyway.
Good deal. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
The auction barn number is 361-798-4336, and you usually talk to Kim. Kim's cell is 361-293-4720, and mine is 361-293-4949.
We appreciate it, Mike. Thank you a bunch.
Thank you, Larry.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains courtesy of John Tuggle, 800-288-4453. Milo through Corpus in January, March plus 250, 1310. Progresso 1150. Number 2 or better, yellow corn through Corpus Christi in January, March plus 45, 528 3/4. Progresso 990 by the hundredweight. Wheat through Corpus in January, March plus 70, 669 and a half. Houston, March plus 95, 694 and a half. Houston beans, January delivery, March plus 10, 1323. Placido, March less 60, 1253. 18,159 bale of Texas cotton moved yesterday, neighbor. Average price $75.59. That is it for this edition of my program. They call me Larry Marble, and they call that program Down on the Farm, and I call you my neighbor. Neighbor, I'd like you to go out and make it a grand Tuesday, and we'll see you again.